Welcome to my YouTube channel. I'm your entrepreneurship tutor, Professor Henry Bwis of Jomo Kenyatta University of Agriculture and Technology in Kenya. This is a follow-up on my recent video in which I outlined how the war in Russia and Ukraine is going to affect an ordinary African or ordinary Kenyan. That was the video. I identified the oil, the fertilizer, and the wheat, and how they are affecting the ordinary African, the ordinary Kenyan. Now I want to single out the oil, which has led to high prices of cooking gas, and the fertilizer, which has also led to scarcity of fertilizer and therefore leading to poverty and hardships. I'm saying you can make your own cooking gas and fertilizer at home, even on your own ordinary farm in Africa. Let's listen to this lecture.
Small-scale anaerobic biodigester for a twofold purpose. The first being methane gas production, which is a natural biogas that can help fuel cooking and also to power a backup electric generator. The second benefit is that it produces an effluent, which will be great fertilizer for an organic garden. It's very nitrogen rich and nutritious. So the way that this works is quite simple. We started off with a manure and water base, which will get the correct bacteria going. After about 4 weeks' time, we will start adding once a week our kitchen waste, so scraps of vegetables and fruits just straight into the biodigester and then seal it off again. This will produce a methane gas, like I said, which will start coming out through this tubing that we've made, which is airtight, of course. And right now it is going to this inner tube for storage. So it's just going straight into there for storage. If I were to open up this valve, then that would go into this water filtration system. So the methane gas could flow through this tubing and be filtered in the water, and then methane gas comes out a little bit more purified on this side for the cooking and the generator and things like that. The second benefit I talked about, which was the effluent, that will come out of this pipe once you've opened this, and you can use that for your organic gardening. This is just an overflow safety precaution. So that's about the size of it. Thanks for watching.
Good. And yet another
This
lecture.
is the design of the biodigester being introduced in Cambodia, known as the farmer's friend model. The design of the biodigester consists of a few different parts. This is the inlet, where dung and water are mixed to prepare slurry. The slurry prepared in the inlet is conveyed to the digester via this inlet pipe. Toilets can be attached to the biodigester, and the excreta is conveyed to the digester through a separate inlet pipe. The slurry is then left to decompose in this digester, where biogas is produced. The gas produced in the digester is stored in this gas holder. The digester slurry passes through the manhole to the outlet tank. When the gas holder is full with gas, the pressure of the gas pushes the slurry from the outlet tank out through the overflow opening. The slurry is then composted in slurry pits. The gas stored in the gas holder then flows to the point of use through the small gas pipeline.
Yes, you can actually do it yourself. Watch this. A bucket at home. Just using a bucket, introduce an inlet on the bucket and a pipe and an outlet. You will pour your mixture of cow dung and water through this. There it is, cow dung and water. Make it thick but flowing. Try 1 part of water, 3 parts of cow dung, 1 to 3. But depending on the cow dung, just use the rule of thumb to make sure that it's thick but flowing. and then you will pour it into your bucket. There it is. Pour it into the bucket. Leave it for 7 days. After 7 days, the gas would have formed. And you test it, it will produce fire. There it is. Yes. Still, try this one also. Do it yourself. Another bucket. Make an outlet hole near the top. This will be letting out the slurry. The pressure of the gas will force the slurry out, and the slurry will go for your fertilizer. Very good organic fertilizer, much better than the inorganic fertilizer. Yes. Fix it out there. It will be an outlet for slurry. Then the top, drill a hole through which we shall be pouring our mixture of water and cow dung. Make a funnel. Make a funnel that will fit into that hole and long enough to reach the bottom of your bucket. There it is. Fix it there. That's where you'll be pouring your mixture. Seal it so that there is no air going through it into the biodigester. We're making simple biodigesters. Introduce a funnel that you'll be using to pour your mixture of water and cow dung into your domestic biodigester. There it is. Fix it, seal it. Introduce now another outlet that will collect the gas, a pipe. Fix the pipe there. That is the pipe that will be collecting the gas. The gas comes out on top. We're now going to mix the cow dung and water. Make it thick but flowing. Make it thick but flowing. The cow dung. Don't mind about those impurities like pieces of grass. They'll even make it better in terms of, decomposting and making our slurry. You can see the level of the cow dung is much higher than, is a little higher than the outlet. 7 days, gas is ready. We can actually test it now. There you are. You can even use that big bottle in your house, cow dung and water. Yes, pouring it into the bottle, thick but flowing. Notice here there's no inlet for pouring. We're just using the same lid. After all, it's a small one. The same lid that will be an outlet, so we are filling it. And then we bring our lid, which we have already provided, pipes. Here we have made 2 pipes. You don't need to, but for experimental purposes. After 3 days, you see now the slurry. The pressure of the gas forming out there is forcing the slurry to drop into a different bucket. That is the one that's going to be your organic manure. You see it has all gone. This is now full of gas. This is full of gas. Slurry is gone. Remove the outlet, slurry, gas. Now you can start refilling it with more cow dung, or like the lady told us, kitchen waste can be filled it, and you make continuous production of your gas. You can even use that big drum that you have at home. There it is, fixing the outlet tap. Trying now to put in the inlet. There it is. Trying now to make the outlet for the pipe. There it is, fixing the pipe. Fixing the outlet pipe. Our tank is now ready. The slurry is now filling the tube. We were pouring all the slurry, the cow dung through that outlet. The tube is being filled for storage purposes. And now we can produce our cooking gas, fire, even for lighting. We can also use special lamps that can light from this gas. So there you are, making cooking gas at home. There you are. You keep pouring your kitchen waste in the bucket as we continue. And now if you think we have just been looking at fiction, listen to this Kenyan.
Not until one gets to see what's being filled in the tube.
What I do, the reason why is because the tire means for the vehicles. So one of my vehicles is to put gas instead of air.
This is the brainchild of Samuel Murigi, a dairy farmer in Mukurweini, Nyeri County. In late 2012, Samuel ventured into dairy farming with the intention of not only producing milk, but also biogas. And it is on his 3-acre farm that he set up his biogas production plant.
For me to start,
3 acres.
I needed like 200,000.
Just 3 acres.
House, 2 or 3. Land.
Samuel produces roughly 300 kilograms of biogas daily. He sells a kilo of biogas at 150 shillings, which translates to an income of about 1.3 million shillings every month.
My work is to go and exchange, like the way you do with the total cylinder. You give an empty total cylinder, you give me an empty tube.
For long, the main place of usage of biogas has been in the kitchen. But for Samuel Muregi, biogas can also be adapted to other unconventional uses. Let's take a look.
I'm not using it as a storage, but at the same time, I'm using it when I'm driving my car. That's the pressure I'm using.
But how safe is it, I ask?
I find it risky, but I never found any danger or whatsoever. I have customers, but I have to explain to them how safe it is, because this gas, remember, it is not in a container. It is in a tube, a car wheel tube.
In addition to biogas, Samuel is also trying his hand on making and installing cooking units that utilize biogas. A venture he hopes will make a contribution towards production of clean energy and less reliance on firewood as a source of energy in rural Kenya.
Yes, the challenge for our institutions, local institutions, how can we improve on this? My students of technology, how can you improve the packaging, the storage of this gas so it is in the tube, but is safe? That is a challenge. Yes, in the next video, I will talk about alternatives to wheat flour. Remember, wheat is also being imported from Russia and Ukraine, and now with that shortage, wheat flour is also going to be very expensive. So I'll be talking about alternatives to wheat flour for the ordinary Africans. Subscribe, stay tuned, please share it, and let's benefit from this. Indeed, the war in Russia and Ukraine could be a blessing in disguise for us. Necessity is the mother of invention.